This week we're going to be carrying on with our diorama build. Now you can see we've got some different colours on there, so we're slowly building up the picture of the scenery. Another material we have is called lichen. So this is a plant-based material that they dye green. And you see it looks like trees and bushes and things. So we can cut it into pieces and perhaps put some along the back there to make it look like a hedge or something like that. Or again, I can stick some on a pole and make it into a tree. But we'll perhaps put some lichen along this little section. Well guys, this is a tree on the top of Den Hill, and can you see all this lichen growing all over the tree? So if you don't want to spend your pocket money, you can come up here and carefully collect it off the tree. Well, I have some little trees to use up, so I can pick up some of these trees. I'll drill a little hole in the embankment, put a little bit of glue on it and pop the tree in. So I'll pop in a few trees just to make a little bit of difference as well. The next thing we're going to do is to paint our asphalt on for the road. So I've got some of this acrylic asphalt. So we can open that up and you can see that it's like paint, but it's got like a texture in it so that it looks like a road. And then we're going to be carefully smoothing it onto where the road is going. Just like that. Remember the little paintbrush bristles that we dyed green? So now we can cut a piece off and then we can glue those onto the layout to look like grass tufts. Well, I've taken some twigs, I've sort of chopped them into pieces, and can you see? I've just pushed them into the grass, so they look like trees that have been chopped off. I've done that in a couple of places. When the trains go along the track, they drop all the soot and stuff out of the fireboxes all along the track. So normally the tracks are a bit blacker. So I've got some black wash that we created, and I'm just going to dribble that on the track so that it soaks in. And then you'll see it goes black, like where the ashes are going. We're going to make a little backboard for the section. So I've just cut out a piece of hardboard, and I'm now just going to paint that light blue to look like the sky, and then we'll fix it to the board. I've attached a little board to the front, so I've cut it in place and screwed it on just so it tidies up the front. I'm going to paint this black. And then I've got the other board, the sky board, that's going at the back as well. Well, I've added the front that I painted black. I'm now just waiting for the sky to dry, and then we can add the sky at the back. So I've cut out two end pieces as well, go on the left and right hand sides. So that will go up at an angle to the higher back where the sky is. I'll let these dry, then I'm going to paint the other side. I've put another coat of paint on the blue. It's not covering very well. I don't think this paint is that great on the hardboard. I may have to change to some different paint. We've also put some of that tarmac down the end of the track. I'll also get some other colour, some pigment, and we'll put that on the top to look like ash. So this is like sort of black coals, and then we'll put the ash on the top, just at either end of the track to make it look nice as well. So the pigments, we just use soft pastels. They're available in like the Works or something. You just scrape it off with a sharp blade, adults only of peas. And then you see now here, I've got this little pigment that we can then use. I can pick that up, and then I can use that on, so that looks like ash. So we're going to put that on top of that tarmac. I found a use for the grey pigment, so I've just lightened up the road a bit with some grey pigment, and then I've also used the brown pigment. Can you see where I've put the brown pigment just between the grass and the road, so that it looks like it's mud? So that's all the way along now. So yeah, so those pigments are coming in very useful to add some detail to the scene. So you can see I've attached the back to the diorama. You can also see here I've attached the sides as well. So there's my side. And in the corner, can you see I've put some black tape? So that just holds the corner together so that I don't have to put any screws or anything in here. And you see I've screwed the back plates and side plates to the actual board. So you see there's some more screws there as well. I've painted them black so that it looks a little bit more tidier. And of course, you see the sides all done. So I've got this side painted nicely blue, that side painted blue as well. And then there is our completed diorama. You might have noticed my deliberate mistake. I accidentally drilled the holes in the wrong place, can you see? So I've had to fill those and try and paint over them. What I may do is I may cut it down a little bit lower just to get rid of those holes so that it just looks a little bit nicer, because I don't particularly like those holes being there. The whole point of building this is so that we can program locos. So now I've got my system connected up, so I can go into the programming section on the iPad, and I can now read the chip on the train. So for now, if you watch this, so now it's going to read the chip. Can you see it's just jiggling the train around? It's reading all the information from the train, so we know what is actually going on. Now, once that's finished, it will come back up on the screen here. So it tells me here, I've got my decoder type. It's a Zemo Electronic. The loco address is number 1. And we've got various other things: acceleration time, braking time, volume if it's got a speaker on, which this one doesn't. But yeah, the other train we've got has got a speaker. So I can reprogram the train if I want. So I want to change the loco address to number 3, for example. So now I can set that at number 3. So now he's programmed as 3. So now I can come into my vehicles, set up my loco as number 3, and then we can control the train. I can get this to work at number 3. Here we go. So that's number 3. So program. Here we go. So now let's program the address. And then now I can come back, play on the train, and we can start. Oh, there, see, he's moving. We go the other way, go backwards. So now we can move the train backwards, and there he goes. So we've reprogrammed that train now. Okay, we can stop him, make him go the other way, make him go forwards, and there we go. Our train's all nice and programmed and ready for use. So a programming track works, everything good and happy. So one of the points of dioramas is you can make some little scenes and take pictures of them. So we've got ourselves a little bus, somebody waving for the bus, a little truck, and we've got a train up there on the embankment coming across. So it looks quite a nice little scene there. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next time.
8:30 p.m. weekdays and Sundays.